Welcome once again. Genius Villagers welcomes you.
Yeah, today we're going to talk about a few of the commands. Now, Linux does not allow you to log in as an admin right from when you open your terminal. And why is that? That's based on security issues. If that was meant to be so, then it means attacks like viruses attacking your computer, information being stolen from your PC, and all other sorts of bad things would easily be done. So for them to be able to protect you from hackers and all those kinds of malicious people or malicious programs, they made sure that there must be protection. So, and that is by making sure that you do not log in as a root user. But now someone can easily, of course, ask a question. Then if I have a program to install and I'm not allowed to log in as a root user, how can I achieve that? Well, that's simple. They have a command that's called sudo. Sudo easily means super user do. The super user do allows you a temporary access into the computer OS as an admin to be able to run those programs that you want. One could be like installing an application, an app that requires admin or root user permissions. So an equivalent of sudo in Windows is something like run as administrator. That is the equivalent of sudo. So one of the commands that we look into is also man. Man is just an abbreviation of a manual. So what is a manual? A manual is a document that gives you information that you need to do anything on any machine or device that you have. For example, let's assume your computer, when you first bought it, it had a manual, and that manual had instructions on how you can start operating your computer. Same is true with the Linux. It has man. Man gives you access to different commands and to be able to understand them in details, because it gives you descriptions and other related information about it. And you can also find a specific command that you want to use using man. Okay, too much of talking. I think let's do these things more of in a practical way. Here, man has brought us some information here. It's telling us that the word man interface, it refers to manuals. So here are different options of man, descriptions and ABCD, whatever you want. You can just easily get them here. So what is a string and all these? It's just by man. I will not be too much speaking about these things in too details, but yeah, exactly that's what man does for you. So with the man, you can find any command that you want to do and also find its meaning. That's basically the use of man. So the next command that we're going to go into is an interesting one that most of my fellow beginners must be using, and that's pwd. Pwd is just a short form of print working directory. Print working directory, which means that show me where I am currently. To elaborate this, let's come here, and when I say pwd, hit enter, it's telling me that I'm at /root. I'm in the root. So it has printed for me my current directory that I'm in. That is where I am currently. So another one that is so famous that you guys might be using oftenly is called CD. CD. What does CD do? CD is like change directory. It's like change directory from one to another. Let's say now I am in this directory. I want to go into the / directory. Once I hit that, I am inside it. If we pwd change print the working directory, it's going to say I'm in the / directory in a simple term, just slash, as you see it here. Slash, that is a change directory. This will become so interesting with the time. Let's first go to the next one. So another interesting one is called ls. ls basically means list. It's like list all items that are inside your directory you're in. List everything inside it. So let's try to list and see. Now it's completely showing us what is inside it. These are programs inside this directory. Yeah. So the other interesting command that we have is called let me check the notes. We have mkdir. Mkdir basically means make directory. A directory is as simple as a word folder. Those users who create a lots of folders to put in their files, directory is a folder. It shouldn't confuse you at all. It's just a simple, easy thing that means a folder. So mkdir is like make a directory. That's exactly what it means. So if let's make a directory here. Mk directory test. When you hit enter, that has been created. When I ls, it's going to show it. Where is it located? It's here. A directory is indicated usually, okay, like in my PC it's shown by a blue color. So now this is where it's getting interesting. We can now cd into test. Cd into test. So we are now inside cd. If we pwd, it's going to tell us where we are. We are inside the test folder or directory. We're inside it. Now the next interesting command that we could look into is what's called a good question could be like, how can I make a file? That's an interesting one. How can I make a file? So there are quite a number of it. I will share a few of them. So let's say here touch. Oh, sorry about that. If we go back to the command here and say touch, so touch file 1 and hit enter. When we ls, now ls, we're listing things that are inside test. We see here file 1 has been created by the test touch command. Someone can say, how about echo? Let's try a matter of creating echo. Then you put greater than sign, then you write the name of the file that you want. Let's say like demo has been created. When we list it by ls, you see that now we have 4 files inside there. Another interesting phenomenon is here. If we use command file, we can create lots of files at a go. Say F1, just go to F2 and then F3. We need comma? No. Finished. So when we ls here, we should be able to see all of them. See, you can give a given number of file names that you want. You can create lots of files as you want to. So those are the ones. Now that we have lots of files inside our test folder or directory, now it takes us to another interesting, some interesting commands. We have used touch and echo to create our files. So a question comes, how can I remove a file? Or yes, how can I move or remove a file? Good. Let's create another directory. I'll call it test2. So test2 is there, right?